Okay, George again over at Buses for Sale. Let's take a little more in-depth look at this older motor coach here. So this is a 97. This is an MCI, it's a J4500. But let's take a look for rust and rot and things like that that people are concerned about on a coach like this. Here's a frame rail back here. You can see is in fine shape. Matter of fact, we'll take a look at a couple of spots around the corner here where they typically start to really rot. The only thing that you see here is a little bit of surface rust. And just, you know, I mean, this is open to the elements. That's the road down there, right? So you're going to get some, water that gets on the metal after a handful of years. But look at that. I mean, that's the factory gray paint on there. And you're just seeing that a little bit chipped off. And, you know, typically right here, first of all, this is a plastic part that we're seeing. That's the drip pan here. But really nice and clean throughout this engine compartment. This thing's burning hot too. It was just out here running. But on the, let's see, on the passenger side here, underneath, like let's take a look under here. It's hard to get down that far, but it's nice and clean. We'll take a look inside the compartments on the other side. Same here, we'll look in between. You can still see factory paint on the rails and supports here. So that's like awful nice for a coach that's not a new coach. Let's take a look around the other side. I mean, this coach was stored indoors the majority of its life. It belonged to a school in Pennsylvania. So right here is where I've seen them start to rot before, right in that corner. And you got a little bit of a dip right there. This is spotless, basically. So very, very clean engine compartment. Around the edges here, you'll see. Nice. Back here, we'll take a look by the rear wheel well again. And again, you'll see factory paint, factory silver paint right there. That's not, like you see some surface rust there, but that's not like corroded and rotted. Like you take a coach like this and you look at a coach that's 10 years newer from Chicago or Massachusetts or something like that, and you'll see these things destroyed. You know, let's take a look under here again. And in these cargo bays, this is where they normally start to rot right here around the edges. These things are clean. I mean, it doesn't look like that's really been used. We'll take a look at the front one again. And there we go. I mean, kind of the same thing. Doesn't really look like that's been used much, and it certainly hasn't been sitting outside. Like this is a coach that spent a lot of nights indoors. Clean overall. Let's take a look under the front. And it's dry under the back also where we looked, which is nice. But yeah, front is the same. I mean, that's the factory silver paint on there. You're looking at a coach that's, you know, not a new one. Got a little bit of surface rust under there, but nothing more than, you know, what would be expected even on, you know, even on a coach from a dry part of the country. You know, they're not much cleaner than this, even when they're 10 years newer. Super clean frame rails underneath. The belly of this thing is beautiful. So you can check out all of the photos, all of the videos, everything on our website at BusesForSale.com. That's where you'll get an opportunity to purchase this coach for a fraction of what it would cost you to buy a new one. Heck, you couldn't even buy the tires for a new one for what this used one sells for. So check it out. Thanks.